a very important ministry. Now there is a reason why God put you there, and also the trust that the president of this country has for you. We pray for you and may God bless you. Asanteni sana, Mungu wabariki. Comrades power! Comrades power! Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I take this opportunity also to recognize the presence of the county government officials. We feel welcome to Konyumbani. Asanteni sana. At this point, allow me welcome representation from national government, that is the county commissioner, to welcome us also to Uasin Gishu County. Thank you. Karibu, CC.
Yangu ni machache na yangu ni maombi. Kikundi hapa, kati ya hawa wote ni wanadamu na wote tunapumzi na wote tutapumua pamoja. Naomba kwa heshima ya Uasin Gishu, county number 1, tuko na waziri ambaye alifika hapa juzi kule kanisani. Leo ni siku ya pili na anatamani akuje tena mara ya 3 na kuendeleza. Kwa hivyo tafadhali, kushangilia kupo lakini na kiasi, ili tupeze kusikizana na kwenda mbele. Tafadhali, kundi hili nisije nikalijua kundi hili, nalijua ni kundi ambalo ni makakas na wema, tuko pamoja, tutulie. Na wengine wote ni wapendwa hapa. Basi kwa hayo mimi nachukua nafasi hii kwa heshima kuu. Waziri wetu mpendwa, tunakupenda, tunakuenzi. Hata kama hutuoni, najua unatuona na tunakuona kwa kazi ambayo unachapa. Mungu akurehemu, akupatie nguvu na ujasiri wa kuendeleza katika kitengo hicho. Otherwise, nachukua nafasi, ningekuwa kuna representative of county government ambaye ni county secretary, sijui amefika ama hajafika. Akija baadaye atawakili kwa sababu iko njiani. Gavana wetu ameshikika hapa kwa hapa, amekutana na waziri, ameenda hapa Mwezi Bridge na anarudi, lakini kitambo kuje lazima kazi endelee. Kwa hivyo vijana wenzangu au vijana wetu, siku ni yenu, tulizeni boli, mcheze boli hii mpaka mfunge vizuri pasipo makelele wala kushout. Otherwise kaka, kuja uendelee na wacha muendelee na kipindi. Otherwise sir, welcome, and members of parliament, I'm humbled, very beautiful, very vibrant, and I'm happy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, CC. Waziri, with your permission, allow me to introduce, there are some beautiful women at the back in yellow. That is the Day Star. Karibu sana. Waziri amewaona na amewafurahi kuwa nasi hapa leo. Thank you. Before I go to the stakeholders, also allow me recognize the presence of KIPRA board chairperson, that is Kenya Institute for Public Policy Research and Analysis, Professor Paul Wachana. That is an institution that benefits the youth much. I think Prof, you can stand up again. If you see him around, please let's engage him fully. Asante sana. Now to go at the point where we introduce the most important people in the house, that is the stakeholders. We are here because of you. And we are so happy that it's a full house, and the treasury team led by Honorable John Buddy here has come to listen to that which we have to say. Article 10 of the Constitution of Kenya, Kisungu Kubwa. That says, in a nutshell, public participation. That's what we are doing here today. And the theme is Budget 2026, 2027 and privatization. Vijana, kulikuwa na ile tulikuwa tumepractice. Ningependa waziri asikie. Vijana, asante sana. The next coming budget, the voices of the youth will be heard to the fullest. And the most important things that we will raise will find its way in the next budget. What do we say to Waziri? What do we say to Waziri? Thank you. I want to recognize the presence of Bunge la Wananchi. By show of hands, asante sana. Waziri, kuna pia chairman wa chama kikubwa katika East and Central Africa. Sitaitaja, tunaijua. Asante sana. We have an important sector that is the business community. I think this is an event that benefits us to the most because in one way or the other, every Kenyan is involved in business. So we take this opportunity, maximize the chance, and let's use it to our benefit. I'll go straight to the stakeholders, and I want to start today with an important representative, that is persons with disability. I'll give him maximum 2 minutes to speak to us. Tumkaribishe tafadhali.
Waziri, Sisi, and many of us, good morning. My name is Peter Menli from Kiplombe, Tarbo Sub-County, Uasin Gishu County. Waziri, I have one question for you concerning budget 2026-2027 and privatization. I represent person living with disability. But before my question, it's always good to give thanks to where it's due. Our CS, I think this is the first forum PWDs are being considered to give their views on what they have to say about what the government is to do to them. I congratulate you for that. Secondly, Bwana CS, I see you articulating government policies very well. I congratulate you for that. You really mean to us. And about this budget, before my question, when you say let's privatize, we privatize something. It is because you don't want to borrow. Our MB here just said, Mbadi understands Kenya very well, and it is very true. He doesn't want to borrow money, but he wants to utilize resources within our country so that the country will progress, so that we reach Singapore. And I see if Mbadi remains in budget, we will reach Singapore very soon. So my question is straight to the point, Waziri. In privatization and budget 2026-2027, what is our take or what is our stake as person living with disability and its measures to ensure that we benefit from our stake? That's my only simple question. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Asante sana. At this point, I'll start with or rather we'll continue from the business community. Business community, please come. Tumpigie makofi akija.
The CS, the honorable members present, the county government representatives, and all the protocol observed. Good morning. Yeah. My name is Gilbert Serem, the Vice Chairman, Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Uasin Gishu. With me, I have my directors and the business people with us. I can call upon them to stand up. The directors, please. Thank you. Those are some of the directors we are with for the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce. And Once again, Waziri, we are pleased to have you around because I think it should be around 2 weeks or 3 weeks you are with us. When you were in cases for some function, then we met as a business community. We are privileged and we don't take it for granted that you are with us today. For that case, we have some 10 minutes shared between me and my colleague, and I will allow her to give the input of what we are to present to you, Waziri. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you. Our guest, CS Buddy, the MPs, the youths, bunge la wananchi, wanabiashara, all protocol observed. Tumsifu Yesu Kristu. Daima na milele. Kwa majina, my name is Lillian Bitok. I'm a director at the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I'm here to represent some issues, to present some issues to our CS in regards to budget. So first of all, let me give Waziri his flowers. When he came into power, kwa hiyo kiti ya CS, Kenya was struggling with a lot of debts. Yeah, so sijui ulifanya nini, ulicheza kama wewe. Until now we can see we are doing well currently. We have put in the balance and I can see the economy is not bad from when you came in and now. So some of the issues that I want to ask is that how is the previous budget 2025-26? What did you actually do to ensure that the country is stable? Because we had a lot of debts and we can see hatuja struggle sana, and actually we were flagged among the countries that are grappling with the debts. So another thing is that what do we expect for this the next financial year, 2026-2027? And then what are the top priority sectors that you will be having in the national budget 2026-2027? Because as business community, we always want to align ourselves. Yeah, so, and what will you allocate for like the manufacturing sector, the SMEs, the agriculture and the value addition for the youths and women? What will be the allocation like? And then also, what strategies have you put in place to reduce the cost of living? We know you've really tried, but I know you can still do something so that the cost of living can go down. And then what tax incentives do you propose for local businesses, especially for value addition, youth in business, comrades power? Yeah, because they would want to venture into business and they want some incentives that will encourage them venture into business. And also even the women in business, we have a lot of issues there where we don't have the capital. So what measures, another question is, what measures have you put in place to ensure government pays the suppliers? Because we have a lot of issues with the pending bills. I know you're working on it, but we still have a bit of issues. Is it possible to put like a time bound? For example, if I was to supply the county government of Uasin Gishu, can I know like when will I be paid after I've done my work? Yeah, and also maybe the allocation. I understand that we have a government organization called KDC, which I know the government you do allocate some money there, which is supposed to lend to the business community. But here in Uasin Gishu, we are not feeling them. So maybe you need to tell them that we need to understand what exactly they do, because I understand that the government is doing quite a lot to help the business community. The problem is information gap is where is a biggest problem. So kindly let them come down here and actually tell us exactly how we can benefit. Can the government also partner with the banks and give us affordable credit, especially for women and youths, if that is possible? Yeah, I believe that is possible. And then there is the issue with the AGBO. I understand that 30% has been allocated to women and youths. What measures have you put in place to ensure that this 30% actually goes, and it is actually a very transparent process, that this 30% goes to the youths and women? Another thing is that women, youth, and PWDs. So I've mentioned the issue of access to affordable credit. Another thing is the interest rates are still high. Pull your strings. We believe in you. Ensure that we get affordable credit, even with the bank. Another thing is that maybe you can reduce how can you reduce the fiscal deficit? By what measures have you put in place? Because maybe you need to consider borrowing internally. Remember that in this housing, affordable housing, sini Kenyans ndio wanajenga. So it means that we can still, there's a lot we can also, even as business people, you can borrow from business community with an interest where we can also benefit and do some developments and probably reduce the external borrowing. Predictability in taxes. Is it possible sometimes to put it like an tax freeze? Tax freeze means, tax freeze means that as business community, whoever is coming into business, they need to know in the next 3 years, how much will I pay as taxes? Because it keeps changing. Every year, after every 6 months, we see mambo imebadilika, hatujui tunatakana tulipe ngapi. So is there can we have a predictability in terms of business? When somebody is even an investor, when they come, they know that in the next 3 years, I can be able to plan for this. The cost of energy is still very high. That is electricity in terms of manufacturing. So, and you see many people actually import goods from Uganda because I don't know what they do there. And also there's a lot of imports from China. There's something they do, but manufacturing in Kenya is becoming very expensive. Maybe there's something that needs to be done there. And then lastly, what is in it for us as Uasin Gishu? Umetupangia mambo gani kwa hiyo budget? Ni nini unaona unaweza kutuletea mzuri? Ama ni aje? Yeah, mpango ya infrastructure and development zenye umetupangia kwa Uasin Gishu. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki.
Thank you, Director. Those were the key issues on budget, and I'll ask Waziri. Maybe what I'll add on what she was talking about budget is the issue of taxation, where we keep changing the tax policy every financial year, and it's really affect. I was in China some few months ago, and the investors were asking the issues of taxation, because they are very particular when it comes to policy changing from this year, next year, and the preceding years that will affect investor confidence in our country. On the issues of privatization, which is a hot potato currently in our discussion, we want to know exactly what's the benefit to wananchi, on the ordinary people, Kenyans, who have worked so hard to build a corporation like Safaricom, and Waziri is telling us he wants to sell 15% to a foreign country that we have built. So we want to know what exactly is for us as a country. We also want to know the security, having in mind that we have a company like Safaricom, for instance, the pipeline. Those are key strategic investment in our country. How secure, how safe? Because our business people uses Safaricom, for example, for a lot of transactions, and we are very particular on that. And we have our proposal. We will send to your desk once you share with us. Of course, you'll highlight when you'll talk about that. We have the mitigation of public debt. We will want to know from Waziri what are the policies or what are the strategies that are there to mitigate the public debt and the budget deficit. And of course, I'll explain what you have been doing since when you took for the Treasury. Since 2024, I think 2024, 2025 to date. My director had highlighted on the issues of what is the correlation of the previous budget and this current budget now, which is 2025, 2026, 2027. What is the correlation of the previous budget, so that we do budgeting for this year, and then next year we have a totally different thing. We don't get value for investment of our taxes. That is foreign. We have talked of foreign debt. We have investment in our AFC. This region, Waziri, is predominantly farmers, and we would want to see the increment or what is there for the increment of the farmers as access to credit. Yeah. And in this coming budget, so that we continue increasing food production and becoming food secure to manage our imports and export deficit. Finally, Waziri, we want to see, seeing is believing. And many a times, we believe when they have budget, maybe for infrastructure, majorly, when you see that it was said and it has been done, that is what we want to see. Within this town, we have maybe a flyover, we extend our airport. So seeing is believing. I was in Mombasa, and you could find the Dongo Kundu pipers very nicely. You move swiftly to the airport, which you can feel. In Kisumu the same. You join Kakamega to Kisumu, where swiftly because of infrastructure. So within this locality, we want also to feel the same. So that if I'm Cabernet, I'm going to Kapsabet and joining that one for Kakamega is as swift as that. So seeing is believing. Why I say so is you have no problem now when you talk of affordable housing, because people see affordable housing. So they have no problem because they have seen. So seeing is believing. And because we are going to Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew say that we need to be pragmatic of what we are doing. He didn't use any principle, he was using his own principle so that other people will learn from his principle. And we want to say, in our budget or in our investments, we need to be pragmatic, things that will touch the people. We have meritocracy. You will have sorted out this mediocrity within the public service once and for all, and we will go to Singapore. Thank you, Wasili. Welcome.
Thank you. I think the business community has done so well in representation of their issues. Let's clap for them. Thank you so much. Now I'll call the representatives of Bunge la Wananchi. I'll start with Grace Akinyi to please come and represent the stakeholders.
Amjamboni wote. Wamama oye. Wamama oye. Wamama Nambadi oye. Nyangreswa oye. Mimi sina mengi. Waziri na wakubwa wote ambaye mmetembea na waziri, tunashukuru waziri kwa kututembelea, na Mungu azidi kupa hiyo roho. Zaidi ya yote mimi nasimamia wamama, nimesimama kwa niaba ya wamama. Mheshimiwa, tunakuomba ukaweze kuinua wamama, aswa wamama wajane. Kuna wamama wajane katika kaunti hii ambaye wanafanya biashara ndogo ndogo. Ukaweze kutupa pesa kuinua wamama wajane. Na wamama hata wengine si wajane lakini wamama wa biashara ya chini. Mheshimiwa, ukaweze kutuinua, tukaweze kuendelea kiuchumi. Sababu hii Kenya ni ya kujisimamia, si ya kutegemea mtu. Na ni ufanye kazi yako ikuinue. Na nyinyi pia kama wakubwa mtu pale mbele muweze kutuinua. Juzi tuliona Mheshimiwa President wetu akiinua vijana pale Sports Club na Nyota Fund. Hata sisi wamama tunahitaji pesa tukaweze kufanya biashara. Mheshimiwa, tunahitaji pesa tukaweze kuinua biashara. Na zaidi ya yote Mheshimiwa, umejua ukiinua mama umejenga jamii nzima, si ni kweli? Ukipromote mama umejenga jamii mzima. Kila nyumba watu watakula na watoto watafurahi, si ndio? Na watasema mama Mungu akubariki. Na saa hiyo itakuwa ni Mheshimiwa ametuinua, si ndio? Na zaidi ya yote mimi sina mengi Mheshimiwa, tuko nyuma yako. Kidogo naweza omba ni switch kidogo. Naomba tu kama naweza switch kidogo. Jatelo wakuai wane toki jatelo wane toki wakuai jatelo onge ngat machielo werigi mabagni ka mabagni madhi katwara ka werigo ine jatendwa mwasani wadong godo wakuai ni mondi konywa maklwetwa jatendwa maklwetwa wakuai ni Nyasaye ni kodi to wane toki Nyasaye ni kodi Nyasaye otelo ni to wane toki wuoth kodwa parwa wasini gishuka to wuothe counties te kimanyo jou strategy michako ni ondisore jatelo tibro dhi mabor kamane kaka ngato chako to ngato dhi mabor to Nyasaye bro telo ni konywa. Jatelo maklwet vijana maklwet ya wuotwa mondo dhi mbele nyithindwa kik bedwa kora jatelo wakuai to wane toki to Nyasaye kitelo nwa mbele Nyasaye ni mbele to ini luo Nyasaye to wane toki ini masani jatendwa ine kingpin marwa wane toki konywa jatelo. Ineno kaka waloso t-shirts waloso ni nyangreswa through ineno jatelo wakuai mondi konywa kikonyori gi jatelo William Ruto Ochieng mane jatelo mawan godo jakom no wewa sirikal. Yes. Bado mapambano bado mapambano Joey maetendwa mae matelonwa twaluo jatelo telnwa Nyasaye mondo gwedhi.
Asante sana. Tuko nyumbani, si ndio? Tuko nyumbani, si ndio? Okay, silence. In translation, Grace is saying that privatization is a very important tool in fiscal planning, and she supports that move fully, and she believes in leadership of Honorable John Mbadi Ngongo. Are we supporting Grace? Thank you so much. We will finish with Fabish.
Order.
Sawa. Asante sana. Thank you. Huyu Fabish, huyu ni kijana wa waziri. Sawa? Haya, wacha aongee, tumpe nafasi.
Bwana Waziri, FCPA John Mbadi, National Assembly leaders, County Secretary, County Commissioner mpendwa, mama wetu ambaye anashikilia chama kubwa cha ODM, Mama Dota, mzee wetu Opar, bunge na wasalimu yote kwa jina la Yesu, hamjambo. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Bunge power. Vijana ra. Wamama. Kwa majina naitwa Fabish Uchingo Uma, mwana soja wa Raila Amolo Odinga, non-gazetted chairman, broad-based government, North Rift region, president wa bunge la wananchi county ya Uasin Gishu. Nimeangalia hapa, nimeona pia wajumbe wa county ya Uasin Gishu hawako, kwa hivyo mniruhusu leo nisimame kwa niaba yao nikiongoja kuchaguliwa huko mbeleni kama mbunge, si ndio? Mumeniruhusu nisimame kwa niaba yao. Kiatu ambayo siwezi simama kwa niaba yake ni kiatu ya gavana wetu mpendwa, kwa sababu county secretary yako hapa. Allow me go straight to the point, because I'm the only one who can speak fluent English, fluent Kiswahili and fluent Bengali. Bwana Waziri, to start with, I want to engage on the issue of privatization of companies. Bwana Waziri, we have seen so many companies in this nation being privatized, and after that, they die all along. What assurity are you giving us today that once you privatize these companies, as I grow older in the next 50 years, I'll still find that company working because of government stimulation projects? Point number 2, Bwana Waziri, we have students here. And once you want to know an economy is crippling, is once the basic commodities are being hiked. Bwana Waziri, in a nation where unga is hiked, school fees itaraiziwa. In an economy where a parent cannot afford 100 shillings to live daily, hospital bills itawalemea kulipa. What are you putting in place in the budget of 2025-2026 to ensure that hizi vitu zinateremka chini in terms of cost of living? On behalf of students, Bwana Waziri, there is a tendency in this nation yenye imekuwa ikihappen, you raise school fees but you don't raise the capitation. Kindly, what are you putting in place that in 2025-2026, hello, instead of hiking the school fees, kindly hike the capitation, so that a student mwenye analipa school fees 90,000, capitation yake iko at 80,000, help pia imepandishwa to 50,000. Sinamna hiyo ndio wale wazazi ambao wanabaki nyumbani, kazi yao kwetu ni ya kutafuta chakula ya watoto wakiwa pale. On matters health, Bwana Waziri, in any economy that you cannot afford to buy mara moja as a painkiller, you won't afford to go to school, you won't afford to go to job. And that is the first downfall of an economy. Once mzazi haendi, mjumbe kama Lelmengita haendi bunge kwa sababu kichwa inauma na shaa pia kidogo inamsumbua. Bwana Waziri, my suggestion is this. These minor diseases, hizi ndogo ndogo,
SHA inafai cover fully. Nikimalizia, because nimeguzwa kidogo because of time, allow me, Bwana Waziri, I have my able chairman, Bwana Ashiundu. Where is he? From Bunge la Wananchi, just 1 minute, a present iko kitu naye yako hapa, amesema amefuatilia waziri tangu akiwa mdogo, waziri amempita kwa umri. Kindly just use 1 minute to present what you want to present to waziri. Nikienda kukaa chini, Mwenyezi Mungu awabariki sana na azidi kutuinua.
Bunge power! Bunge power! Comrades power! Na wanabiashara wamama je? Honorable CS CPA Mr. Mbadi, Honorable Bandi, Bwana Sisi, kaka, na wote ambao wamekuja hapa. I'm also learned. I'm privileged to stand before you just to say 3 things. 1, I want to appreciate our minister. This is the only man who is on the ground. This is the only man who is articulating the president's manifesto. Bunge's power. As the voice of the voiceless, we discuss issues. We are not partisan. But then we have realized government is doing a lot to impact Mwananchi. But that information is nowhere to be accessed. People are not communicating what they are doing. And you remember, in the Gen Z uprising, the only problem we had was that the government was working, but the ministers were not telling the people what they are doing. Our prayer is, because we want a united Kenya. As Bunge la Mwananchi, we are guided by the Constitution. The Constitution tells us, Article 1, then we can only have 1 president at one time. So as Bunge la Mwananchi, we embrace the president, the sitting president. But then we want, as Bunge la Mwananchi, what you are saying, let now the manifesto come from Mwananchi. Because the problem we are having, people come with their own manifestos, and when they reach there, we have no role to question them. They did not originate the manifesto from Mwananchi. So going forward, anybody who wants an elected seat, he must pass through the common Mwananchi so that he develops the manifesto to help us now own up the process as representation. Finally, as Bunge la Mwananchi, as Fabi has said, is the president Uasin Gishu. I am the chairman, the speaker of Tarbo sub-county, representing Bunge la Mwananchi at the county level. We have come up with a proposal. We need your funding. And this is a humble request to you. We have a formal written proposal. I will request that you allow me to present it to you, and we humbly request you to consider it. Then finally, my personal interest precedes other interests. Allow me, Honorable Mbadi. I have a daughter who is third year Catholic University Langata. I have a fee structure here. I don't want the money. I want you to pay the money to the account so that I can afford. Thank you so much.
Let's clap for him as he presents the memorandum. Tumpigie makofi. Thank you. Asante sana. Silence. Now we are going to the last stakeholders, the largest demographic in the country. That is the youth. Comrades, power. Comrades, Ria. Comrades, Tibim. Comrades, say yes. Comrades, the magic of human achievement gives an irrefutable proof that as soon as the nationalism of any country is awakened amongst the youth, it becomes the vanguard against impunity. Comrades, wisdom. Waziri John Mbadi is at the center of the formation of the next government of Kenya. And any person who has the best interest of the people must include Waziri John Mbadi in his government. And now that he holds the docket of National Treasury, we cannot go below Deputy President. And after that, tunaona mbele. Sindio? So I want to welcome representation of the youth, our sister here. Asante sana.
Comrades power! Comrades power! Bunge power! Viva comrade viva! Viva waziri viva! Kwa majina ni Mokeira Juliet. Kwa yule ambaye ananipenda sana ataniita female commander. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. I am here representing the great multitude today. That is the comrades and the youths. And as a student of the Eldoret National Polytechnic, the first and the only lady that has ever vied for the presidency seat since the existence of the Eldoret National Polytechnic. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Bwana Waziri, I have very few points to put across to you today. My first point goes through the capitation of the students at TVETA programs. Bwana Waziri, as the President Bunge has said, our school fees have hiked. As a student partaking a program under the modularized CDAC program, we pay a sum of 105,000 per year to finish a diploma degree. To finish a diploma certificate. And one thing that is affecting us is that our capitation is 30,000, but what is received at our institutions is 17,000 Kenyan shillings. And our help, Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Comrades power. Niongele help nisiongele. Help at our institutions are delayed. And if they are dispersed, we are given 26,000. Bwana Waziri, is it fair to us as comrades? Some of us come from vulnerable groups, vulnerable families, and 26,000 summed up with 17,000 with the school fees that I'm paying to finish my diploma, that is around 210,000. For a modularized program, it takes 5 semesters. And for each semester, I pay 35,000 for 3 months, Bwana Waziri. Bwana Waziri, my prayer today is that ukienda kukaa kubalance hizo vitabu zako huko kwa treasury. Ukibalance fees, balance pia hiyo capitation na help. Isonge juu, fee pungue. Ndo nikipea mzazi stress nyumbani ya kuishi na kukula, pia fees haimpei stress sana. And Bwana Waziri, we understand that through privatization of companies and everything, we are also able to get more funds. And through kulipa hizi debts zinatuoa huko nje. Our request is that can that money also be channeled to important institutions like health, education, and other institutions, Bwana Waziri. And lastly, also through privatization, we know that you can link the youths, the comrades out there with job markets through their training skills. That is our prayer today, Bwana Waziri. Mukienda huko mutukumbuke sisi kama youths. Asanteni. Comrades power.
Thank you. I'll welcome finally the next comrade, Okumu Osea, to finish on behalf of the youth.
Comrade power! Comrade power! Wanabunge power! Wanabiashara power! Our CS Mbadi Tibim! Thank you so much. At this moment, I remain by the name of Okumu Osea. As comrades, our CS
we work with the 3 rules as a comrades. And our first rule says a comrade is always right. And the second rule again remains the comrade is right. And our third rule refers to the first and the second rule. You see, must have been talked about help. Indeed, Bwana PS, as you are talking, our CS, as you are talking right now, we have a debt where 2024-25 help was not paid to our accounts. Even as we are talking, we have a huge balances. And we believe by today, we are going to answer our prayer. Kwamba this comrade will not keep on staying angry. And I believe even today from this meeting, these people are not going to stay angry. We believe in you. Comrades, power. And our CS, allow me to say this. Because the youths has got a large number in our country. I don't know what is your plan in this 2025-2026 budget. What are you budgeting for these people? I believe you are going to give us, kwamba, even as we end this meeting, kwamba, our budget, even for these youth. You remember last year, youths going on roads because we were not engaged. But we believe because of this engagement, kwamba, you are going to answer our prayer. You are going to answer these comrades today. You are going to make these comrades to stay not angry anymore. Comrades, power. Comrades, viva. And then our CS. You see, when you look at the bursaries, decentralization of bursaries, it is our plea. Kwamba, why can't we combine all these bursaries to be channeled in one direction? Ndio tusikue atsuji ya county, tusi ya whatever. Let's be channel, kama ni kubusti help, isaidie mahali pale. Comrades, power. Even as I'm finishing, I believe today, comrades, you are not going to stay angry. Comrades, power. Our CS here is going to give you even something little to eat. Comrades, power. Thank you so much. May God bless you so much.
Asante. I want to recognize the presence of Juakali. Juakali. We have seen you, and in due course you will also speak, no problem. Waziri will listen to all of us. I want to finish with the youths entirely. So finally, let me welcome Kasam. Thank you. Let's give him time. Comrades, Waziri is writing. We are all writing. The things we are saying here today are not in vain. They are supposed to be discussed, deliberated, and they find their way into the next budget. So please, let's be calm and hear our brother speak. Tafadhali, yeah?
Comrades, power. Comrades, power. Wanabunge, power. Comrades, viva. Viva. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the renowned Jevin Oyo Kasam. I'm the preacher of the gospel of His Excellency the President, William Samoei Otieno Ruto. Ladies and gentlemen, I am only the surviving third-born son of my late father. Today I'm not here to bore you much with words. I'm also the chairperson for College and University Association of Kenya. As TVETs, on behalf of 100,000 plus comrades who are not here, with due respect, Waziri, before I divert from the agenda, let me stick to it. Number one, just to enlighten you, His Excellency, the former President of Kenya, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, did not privatize any sector or did any sales of shares. That's why Kenya borrowed almost 3-point-something trillion. And we are paying that debt to date. A wise man will tell you that the sources for the government to get its funds is by one, selling what it has so that it can get something little. This is not the first time Kenyan government is selling something or leasing something. In 1993, to that reign to around 2002, the reigning president sold shares from 100% to zero of a private company that I'm not going to talk about right now. Those sales were made. You understand? Those sales were made and education was not free. Those sales were made and we had poorest infrastructure during those regimes. President Moi Kibaki in 2008 sold shares of Safaricom from 60 and reduced it to 35%, right? I did my research right. And that 35% is what is left. His Excellency the President and Kenyans at large, if we support the sales of the 15% of Safaricom shares, we will still retain 20%. Clap for me. You must clap for me because I did my research right. If we sell 15% of the shares, each at 34 shillings, Kenya is going to gain whopping 204 billion Kenyan shillings. Privatization of Kenya Pipeline will generate almost 100 billion Kenyan shillings. Waziri, that brings me to my question. 204 billion plus 100 billion, that is 300 billion Kenyan shillings. On behalf of TVET students and colleges, what is our take from the 300 billion? I'm taken aback by where a student who is only taking a level 6 course is paying up to 105,000. And when I did my research, a wise man is talking and Waziri is right here. We will talk about you when I'm done with the main agenda. Comrades, viva! Viva! Comrades, viva! Viva! Don't interfere with an orphan when he's speaking. I might get emotional. So, when these sales are made, Waziri, I was asking, look at an institution like the Eldoret National Polytechnic. That institution has a population of 19,800 plus students. And the hostels there only can contain 300 students. You can imagine. Only 300 students residing within the institution. And the remaining 18,000 plus are residing in Kisumu Ndogo. That is why there is high rate of insecurity in Kisumu Ndogo, Langas, Kapsaret constituency. Not because of any other reason. The population is overwhelming. Ladies and gentlemen are jobless. And in all, Wasakatonge have to earn an honest living. Wasakatonge power. Wasakatonge power. Wasakatonge have to earn an honest living. That's why there is insecurities in that place. Plea number 1 for the Eldoret National Polytechnic. There is a huge land there. Do as affordable housing. Rent it to the entity so that the money generated from the school can be used to pay for those houses. Waziri, as I wind up, and I want to say this in Kijaluo for a second. Pek mar nyang ema miyo nyang. Pek mar nyang ema miyo nyang. Just to translate from French, it is the weight that is on the private part of a crocodile that makes a crocodile sinks. That is a local proverb that we always give Waziri while we're in the village. Ladies and gentlemen, Waziri, a time has come when, after talking about Kenya and privatization and all that, being a property of the government of William Samoei Ruto, is now that time that I have to table my interest before I go and get a seat. Waziri, since the Student Budget Committee began, I was in Migori, I was in Kakamega, and today I'm here. Nobody pays me to run all these errands. When Nyota Fund was running, and I have those details in my head, I was in Eldoret, I went to Nakuru, and I even went to Nyeri. You think I'm given any allocation? Oh no. I ran because my mother is your neighbor back in Laknyero. So I want to support you emotionally. so that if you win in 2032, in 2032, you remember son of Atieno, and give me a little cut in that government. I can represent the young people. Even that time, I'll still be a youth. Comrades, wisdom. Now, to end it, Waziri, I'm here with the women representative for Sakatonge, the Kenyan region. Sir Aaron just waved. Arona is a wise man. Thank you, sir. Arona is a wise man. Sir, Arona and I, we have taken the mantle of coordinating students across these entities. We were with Arona in Migori, we went to Kakamega, and finally we are here. I want to tell people that anybody who supports the government, you do not have to be paid so that you support the government. And also instant results does not come. I also want to urge you, Waziri, on behalf of other devoted young people wenye wana support serikali, msifanye tuteseke hadi watu watutusi. We uko na waziri leo, kesho uko na una kitu. Yet people insulting the government are being called to the bargaining table. I don't want to insult the government, whether they employ me or they don't employ me. I know in 2032, when you become the president of the Republic of Kenya, the son of Atieno will have something. Comrades, viva! Comrades, viva! Chairman, these are Wasakatonge who brought themselves. Waziri, just your attention in a minute. I'm the person who coordinated the students to get to this place. But I only had slots of 60 students who are being brought to this place, which we did very genuinely. But as the chairman, I have to walk around with a team of people who are also have interest in building the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, Wasakatonge are here. Wamama wa yellow, tumsifu Yesu Kristo. Ao ni watu pia wenye wako kwa list. Na Wasakatonge wengi wao pia wako kwa list. I know you as a wise man who has been MP for the longest time until you got tired. This small number will not refuse you to control so that they will not abuse me on the social media. So, Waziri, that is not asking for support. That is just being realistic on the actual facts that are on the ground. Sindio? When Waziri for Finance is around, we are talking matters of building the nation. Sindio? My tech Waziri, if you want to sell 20% and retain 15%, as long as Kenya is not going to borrow and education prices is going to reduce, kindly sell. We don't have to go and borrow 300 billion from somewhere, while you can sell something that we truly own. Even when a cow becomes of age and it is not producing enough milk, you sell it and use it to pay fee. Waziri, if the 15% will save the educational sector, Mwaso the TVETs, kindly sell 20 and retain 15. Asanteni sana, and we'll go to heaven. Wacha nisalimie Waziri, angalau mamangu atumiwe hii picha. Kuna venye mambo itaenda 2030. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Hao ni vijana ya waziri. I'll call the national coordinator under vijana waziri to Capitol, okay, Solomon, so that you understand that waziri has the interest of the youth at heart. Explain the position of waziri matters the youth, and affirm the youth in this hall that waziri is always thinking about them. Solomon, quickly. For about 2 minutes, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Wamama oe. Wamama oe. Bunge power. Bunge power. Comrades ria. Comrades achu. Comrades aze. Thank you very much. Sisi kama vijana wa waziri, I don't have much to say today. I'm very happy we are here in Rift Valley region na mmetukaribisha vizuri. We are very happy, and what we are doing as NSBF committee, as youths now, juu sasa saa hii sisi ndio tuko na waziri pale juu, siwezi ongea mingi. Mimi kazi yangu saa hii ni kuandika, ndio maana niko na kitabu na kalamu. Ndio nikikaa na yeye pale kwa ofisi, namwambia hii ndio ilisemwa Rift Valley, hii ndio ilisemwa pale Nyanza, hii ndio ilisemwa Western, na hii ndio ilisemwa Garissa, ndio tuzicompile pamoja, and then youths wakuwe kwa the budget of 2026-2027 wapate shares yao hapo ndani. Si ndio? Ama mtaki tuandike? So I'm very happy. Waziri, what you can do, me I don't have much to say. I'm doing much of the writing. I will come to the office with the booklet and my team. So I don't have politics to say. Wakati wa siasa tutakuja, 2032 is heavy, lakini before 2032 lazima Ruto aende 2 term na watu wengine waende 2 term, waziri naye ni all terms. Comrades power. So I have a team with me as the chairman. Haitakuwa vizuri kama mwenye nyumba kuto introduce kila mtu. Wacha tu wasimame. I have my team. NSBF committee. Asante. So with me, I have a very hard-working lady who is my vice. She's called Quinta. Quinta wevia watu. Akimpigie huo mrembo makofi. That is Quinta. She's my vice. And then we have George Solomon here. He is my lead secretariat. Yeye ndio atacompile all these things that we are writing. And then we have the national coordinator, ako pale. National coordinator anaitwa Joel Alo. Yes, sasa unaona na control ground. And then I have my secretary general with me here, the spokesman of the NSBF committee, Sam Ougo. Simpige makofi committee. Ya mwisho, simpige makofi treasury team yote. Sitaki wasimame. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki. Tutarudi hapa na waziri na tuongee na youth tena hadi tukue kwa budget 2026-2027. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair. Rais William Ruto alipokuwa akitengeneza serikali ilitengenezwa akina mama mboga. Mama mboga hoye. Jua kali hoye. Sasa itakuwa jambo la kusikitisha kama kila mtu ataongea na wale ambao walitengeneza serikali wasiongee. Kwa niaba ya wanajua kali, waziri ametukubali tusemezane. So nitawaita nyi wawili mkuje so that you can represent these beautiful people here. Thank you. You're welcome.
Hello. Bunge power. Bunge power. Comrades power. Comrades power. Wamama power. Wamama power. Jua kali hai. Jua kali hai. Toeni sauti kama unyalukunywa uji asubuhi. Jua kali hai. Hapo sasa, kwa majina naitwa Smith Hemston. Wengine wananiita Namjoy. I'm happy to see you, Mheshimiwa.